Hello, in this video, we will introduce multi-dimensional lists in chapter 8. Let's look at this table. It is for showing the distance. Here is Chicago to Chicago itself is 0. Chicago to Boston is 983. New York to Atlanta is 888. How do you store all this data in a program? You can use a two-dimensional list, that is list inside the list. So the first list inside the list is for the distance from Chicago to all the other cities. And the last one is for the distance from Houston to all the other cities. You can think of a two-dimensional list as a list that consists of rows. Each row is a list that contains the values. The rows can be accessed using the index, conveniently called a row index. The values in each row can be accessed through another index called column index. A two-dimensional list named matrix is illustrated here. So this is the matrix right here. So now look at this is the row index. This is the column index. So this is matrix bracket 0, 0 is 1. So bracket 0 is for the first row, and then another bracket 0, that's for that element in the row. So this is 1. So what is this brackets for? So this is right here, 3. You can initialize a list with the using this array initializer. So put all this values, and so this is the two-dimensional, and inside you have all the one-dimensional, and this all here. So let's look at some processing code. So you can initialize list with input value. So here you can this using a nested for loop and prompt user and to enter all the values here, and for the row and for the column. And so this is the you're gonna add it all to the matrix. Here's matrix, is empty matrix. And now what you're going to do is this is you're going to enter the number of rows and then the number of columns. So this is the all these rows. Now for each row you're going to first create an empty list, and then you're going to add the values to this row. So get the value from the user and add it into this row. So let's look at initializing lists with random values. So you can have this here. This is the matrix. It's now the empty list. So we prompt the user to enter the number of rows and number of columns. And now this is the row. So and get a row and add it to matrix. So this is the empty list, and now you can add it into this matrix brackets row and with the random values. Print the list. So you can now print each row here or print each element here. So you can do this, and so this is the print each element here. So this is the matrix here, and now for this row, and now for this for each row, and look at every column and to display a matrix, a brackets row and brackets column. And this is summing all elements. You can write the code to sum all the elements in the matrix. Now you can write it using explicit index or use the for each loop for every row in matrix And now for every value in the row, so add it into total. So this is the total. Summing elements by column, so you can sum all the elements here by column. So this is, look at the column. So this is the metrics for the look at the column here. So what you do is get the total now, and for each row, and get metrics row column. So the look at the column is fixed for each column right here. So you get all the sum for the column, the specified column. So this is finding the row with the largest sum, and you can look at this finding row with the largest sum. So you need to get the for each row here. So look at the sum of this row. This is a list is greater than max row. So for now, max row is the first one. If it's greater, and then we update this max row with the current one. And this is the index of the largest row is now stored in index of max row. And going through for every row now, you will find the largest row and the index for that largest row. So random shuffling, and you can perform random shuffling here for this. What you can do is to pick a random index ij. So for every row and for each row, now look at the column, you pick ij and swap metrics brackets row brackets column with metrics brackets I and brackets j. So everything is randomly shuffled. Sorting, you can sort by row and sort by column. So this is this sort here. That is all for this introduction to multi-dimensional array, and specifically we'll look at the processing two-dimensional lists. See you on the next video.